No, Judge, thank you.
Any reason we shouldn't proceed to sentencing?
No, Judge, we're ready to go.
Sheriff, anything else you'd like to cover before we proceed to sentencing?
No, Judge.
Any reason we shouldn't proceed to sentencing?
No, Judge.
Mr. Richards, if you please stand. This case was mediated in my division. We spent better than half a day here going back and forth. I spent time with the state. I spent time with Miss Richards. I spent time with Mr. Richards. And we got most of the way to the plea that's here today. There wasn't one aspect of that time that I spent reviewing the case or meeting with the parties that wasn't emotion-filled. I am going to follow the plea in this case. When it comes with regard to count 1, attempted murder in the first degree, the sentencing range has a maximum penalty of 165 months by agreement of the parties, and Mr. Richards specifically agreeing that the upward departure did not need to be proven to a jury beyond a reasonable doubt. I will adopt the statements in the motion as well as Ms. Sheriff's argument that those exist, and I will find substantial and compelling reasons to depart to a sentence of 188 months in the Department of Corrections. Count 2, attempted murder in the first degree. These are both level 1 person felonies. Were 165 months, which is the high number in that box, and I will run those 2 counts consecutive to each other. That is a controlling sentence of 353 months. I'm ordering post-release for a term of 36 months. You are required to register, as I've already advised you, through the Kansas Offender Registration Act. There was no restitution that was requested. There was. I am imposing no fine, and I will waive, based on State v. Robinson, I will waive any costs that I'm able to waive based on the amount of time you've been incarcerated and your inability to pay while you remain incarcerated. Other than my final admonitions about the right to appeal, is there anything else you'd like for me to cover, Mr. Hurst, or think that you'd like me to clarify?
Judge, just a couple of things. As far as what you can waive, I do believe the court is required to order court costs, as well as, based on the nature of a case, a domestic violence special programming fee, which is $100. And Judge, the only other thing I would make is just a record that the defendant did give a lengthy statement that he appears to be of sound mind today, and that there didn't appear to be any issues that would prevent him from understanding what was going on.
I will adopt that as well. I met, as I said, with Mr. Richards for a great deal of time when we mediated. I found him to be articulate and able to participate at that time. Despite the heavy emotion that he faces today, he does not appear to be under the influence of any drugs or alcohol, and continues to be of that same articulate nature, battling through a very emotional statement that he made, which the court appreciates you making, sir. Ms. Sheriff, is there anything that else that you wanted me to cover or you think needs further clarification before my final?
No, Judge.
Mr. Richards, that is my sentence. I'm ordering you to the Department of Corrections. You have 14 days from today to appeal my decision if you think the sentencing is contrary to